social networking is difficult. Because it's all about content creation. It's about being a publisher. It's about your editorial calendar. It's about time and effort to make things happen regularly. And if you don't bring out at least 1 or 2 blogs a week, if you don't tweet every day, if you're not posting regularly, then you're not there.
We try to encourage repeat visits. We'll have series of white papers maybe that we'll promote. So we will make it clear to our audience that if they keep coming back, they're obviously going to get repeated benefits in terms of new content. But also, the content is king. We will provide hints and tips. So one week we might do hints and tips on Excel, the next we might do Word, we might do PowerPoint. The content needs to be refreshing and engaging. You can't push the same content out week after week. You can't recycle it really, month after month. You've got to present new content and talk about different things in different ways.
My first piece of advice to any marketeer about to embark on a social media campaign is to quote Mr. Punch: don't. Stop. Don't just do social media because it's cool, because it's trendy. Do it because you know why it's going to contribute to what you want to achieve overall. That's the most important thing.
Think beyond broadcast. If you're just broadcasting in social media, you might as well do traditional marketing. There's going to be really no benefit. And then my second piece of advice is actually think beyond technology. Don't start a Twitter account or a blog just because your sponsor, your manager, your director says, we need a Twitter account. Ask yourself, why do you need a Twitter account? Is it because somebody has said that you need a Twitter account and that it's in relation or to counteract a competitor? Or is it because the people that you're targeting are in Twitter? I would urge people listening to this video to go and find out how many followers they have in LinkedIn against their brand or against their company versus Facebook. And just seeing those numbers will make them realise that Facebook is a little bit of a distraction for them and that they should focus more on the business social networks.
Content that gets the most engagement is hints and tips. So particularly top 10s, anything, well, it doesn't have to be a top 10 actually, it could be a top 5, top 8, it doesn't really matter. But hints and tips on how to do something more quickly or better. Top 10s are great because people can digest them easily and quickly. You can have a cup of coffee, sit down, read your top 10 tips, and that's great because then you will, at the end of that, you will know something that you didn't know before.
The more channels you have, the more diluted your expertise will be and the less you will learn from that experience. So be incredibly selective. Do a few channels and do them well. Be prepared to experiment within that. Don't just go with the obvious big bets, the big social networks, for example. Look at different forums, look at places where people are having other conversations online. But be very selective. Think carefully before you choose them, and then make sure you give every single channel the best possible chance to work before you pull the plug on it. That's how you learn, that's how you progress.